Hello, amazing, beautiful beings. This is Milena. I decided not to allow certain things to stop me from communicating with you. For example, where I am, or did I have the chance to do something with my hair, and to fix the decor the way I normally do. Because at the end of the day, these things are not important to the essence of what we came here to do. Today, I wanted to talk about why our beliefs and most of our fears become self-fulfilling prophecies. Something happened today that emphasized the importance of maybe revisiting this topic. And I'm sure it's something that you have heard before. Then why do we need to talk about it again? Well, in my experience, I have a lot of knowledge, and I'm sure you do too, that is here. I intellectually understand it. It's a concept that I fully agree with and think I understand. And yet, in my words and actions and my daily life, if I'm honest with myself, I'm not the full embodiment of. So why is that so? Okay, I'm fully aware of something, I agree with it, I believe it, I know it to be true. And yet, being the embodiment, being able to be the living example of that in my daily words and actions, doesn't always work out for me. So what is that process of integration where all the intellectual concepts that we've acquired in one way or another are not really something that are fully integrated within our system? And it has to do, I've discovered, at least in my experience, that it has to do with the expansion of awareness within us. The more we expand our awareness, the more of that information integrates within our system, where we then are the living example. And the essence of what it is can be expressed in two sentences. We are not responsible for the feelings of others. Nobody else. And the other side, of course, the flip side of the coin, they're not responsible. Nobody is. They're not responsible for our feelings and the way that we feel. Now, these things, when we still carry them, because we say, yeah, I don't feel responsible, and I know I'm not responsible for the feelings of others. But look at just today, or if it's early in the morning, look at yesterday. Could you honestly say that you didn't have a single situation where you felt responsible for something outside of yourself, for the way somebody else felt, what you have caused, or that there was no situation or no interaction where you gave at least some of the responsibility to how you felt to something or somebody else? Can you say that you didn't? Even if you were all by yourself, we go back in our thoughts, in our experiences, we remember certain things, and we're like, oh, these people, or that person, or I did this. Now, usually, these things blow up in our faces, being brought about by the people closest to us. Why does that happen? Because this is when we're really most likely to see it. These are our partners, husbands, wives, significant others, our parents, and our own children. And in this case, the situation with me was with my own child, and me feeling guilty or feeling responsible for the way that she felt. And boy, did her reaction or response slap me in the face to wake me up and shake me out of this responsibility and this belief. Now, how do we know that we're not really causing pain, causing suffering, and that we are in integrity? I have discovered, and I use 2 steps. I do 2 things because I think that the 2 of them combined give an overall picture of ensuring that we are in integrity. How would I feel if somebody else did that to me, said that to me, for example? And if I'm in alignment, if I'm in integrity, what I'm about to do or say, then I go ahead and do it. But first, I do the second step. And the second step, and I have shared that with you in the past, is what is in the best interest of us. And us, and that is an equation. And us includes us and everybody else who might be affected by the situation. Oftentimes, we get negative results, negative responses, negative effect of our actions because we forget to include one of the variables in the equation. We either think what is good for me, and we do that, and I don't need to take anybody else into consideration, Or we tend to think of others and we forget about taking ourselves into consideration. But any of those steps is imbalanced. We're one integral whole. We're not separated. And if we make a decision from the vantage point, or take an action from the vantage point of separation and divisiveness, where these things are not included and one of them or more of them are missing, then we're bound to make a decision that causes imbalance, that reflects that. When we're integral, whole, and we include everybody that might be affected by the situation in our decision, then we know we're in harmony and in alignment. How do we come to that decision? We simply drop that question into the space and we become quiet and we listen for a while. It will absolutely come to you. And then, what usually prevents us from getting there is our own doubts and questions. Oh, but is it really what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling? But you will feel the resonance, and the more we practice, the easier it will get to do that. Now, just because we're in harmony, we've made the decision, we've decided to execute and do whatever it is that we've decided to do, it doesn't mean that the people involved are going to like it. In most cases, they won't. Because we oftentimes serve as a catalyst for them to see certain programs and beliefs that they run. Maybe in that way we help them see that they're powerful creator beings and they are responsible for the way that they feel. And they're not always going to respond right away very positively to that. They might fight it. They might try to blame you and tell you how horrible of a person you are for having made the decision that you have made. But that doesn't matter. Because again, and here goes the cycle, if we have certain feelings, if we have an emotional reaction about the way that they respond to our decision that we believe we're in integrity with, then those feelings are yet again our responsibility. We process them, we dig deeper to find out what beliefs are at the bottom of that emotional reaction. We tweak and we make changes, do whatever we decide, but we take ownership. Because taking ownership of our own feelings and allowing others to do the same is one of the most liberating things we can do for ourselves. Even just thinking about it feels 1,000 pounds lighter, and it feels more empowering because I know that I don't need anybody else to do anything else in order for me to maintain and manage my own feelings. I can do that now, and so can you. And if you've taken these steps, you can rest assured that the harmony and the integrity with which you will function will very soon be reflected by the so-called outside world, and you will experience more and more and more of that. And if you feel that you need help in discovering those underlying beliefs that might make you feel responsible for the feelings of others or blaming them for yours, book a session at askmilena.com. Remember to subscribe to my newsletter as well as the channel, and if you click on the bell, you'll get notified of all future videos which come out on Friday. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.